Stop. Before you take one more bite of that banana, you need to hear this. Because the way most people eat this fruit every single morning could be quietly working against their own body. I know how that sounds. Bananas? The fruit your mother packed in your lunchbox? The one sitting in nearly every kitchen on the planet right now? Yes, that one. Here's the uncomfortable truth nobody talks about. A banana is not just a banana. The way you eat it, when you eat it, and what you eat it with can completely change what it does once it enters your bloodstream. And almost nobody is told this. There's a reason for that. The people who profit from selling them by the billions have no interest in explaining the fine print. So the information stays buried, passed quietly between specialists, while the rest of us keep doing the exact same thing every morning, convinced we're being healthy. I've spent years listening to doctors who deal with the consequences. Gastroenterologists, endocrinologists, the kind of specialists who see what actually happens inside the body when a simple daily habit goes unchecked for years. And one warning kept coming up again and again. It's not that bananas are bad. Let me be clear about that. A banana can be one of the best things you put in your body. Potassium, fiber, natural energy, real nutrition. But the same fruit, eaten the wrong way, at the wrong time, can spike your blood sugar harder than you'd ever expect. It can leave you hungrier an hour later than before you ate. It can quietly stress organs that are already under pressure. And most people have no idea it's even happening, because the effects build slowly, over months and years. That's what makes this so dangerous. There's no sharp pain, no alarm bell, just a slow drift, one morning at a time. Think about it. How many bananas have you eaten in your life? Hundreds? Thousands? Now imagine every single one of them was doing slightly less for you than you believed, or in some cases, working against the very goals you were chasing. Weight, energy, stable blood sugar, gut health. That's the thought that should stop you cold. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to walk you through the 5 most important mistakes people make with this fruit, ranked from least to most serious. And I'm telling you now, the way we end this list will change how you look at your kitchen counter forever. Number 5 is something you probably did this morning without thinking. Number 4 involves the exact ripeness of the banana you reach for. Number 3 is a combination so common it's in half the smoothies sold today. Number 2 is about timing, and it catches almost everyone. And number 1? Number 1 is the one specialists wish more people understood, because for a specific group of people, it isn't just a minor mistake. It's a genuine risk. By the end, you'll know exactly who that group is and whether you're in it. I'm not here to scare you off a perfectly good fruit. I'm here to make sure you're one of the few people who actually knows how to use it correctly, instead of unknowingly working against your own body every single day. So stay with me, because once you see number 1, you cannot unsee it. Let's start at number 5. Number 5. You wake up. You're rushing. You grab a banana on the way out the door and eat it on a completely empty stomach. Sound familiar? Here's the problem. When your stomach is empty, there's nothing to slow things down. The natural sugars in that banana hit your bloodstream fast. Your blood sugar climbs quickly, your body releases a surge of insulin to handle it, and then comes the drop. That drop is the part nobody warns you about. An hour or 2 later, you're hungrier than before you ate. Shaky maybe. Reaching for coffee or a snack. You think your body is just like that in the mornings. It isn't. You created that crash. Let me tell you about a man I'll call David. 42, busy, always tired by mid-morning. His breakfast for years was a banana and black coffee on the run. He was convinced he was being disciplined. What he was actually doing was riding a blood sugar roller coaster every single day before 10 a.m. The fix took him 1 week to feel. And that's the good news here. The fix is simple. Don't eat the banana naked, so to speak. Pair it with something that has protein or healthy fat. A handful of nuts, a spoon of peanut butter, some yogurt, even a couple of boiled eggs alongside it. That protein and fat slows the sugar's release, flattens the spike, and kills the crash. Same fruit, completely different effect on your body. One small change. Now hold that thought because it connects directly to number 4. Number 4. Look at the banana in your hand right now, or picture the ones on your counter. Are they bright yellow? Spotted with brown? Almost fully brown and soft? Because the ripeness of a banana changes what it does to your blood sugar, and most people have it backwards. Here's the science, kept simple. A greener, firmer banana is packed with something called resistant starch. Your body digests it slowly. It feeds the good bacteria in your gut, keeps you fuller longer, and barely moves your blood sugar. But as a banana ripens, that resistant starch converts into simple sugar. The browner it gets, the sweeter it gets, and the faster it hits your system. A heavily spotted, mushy banana behaves much more like candy than the firm one you'd reach past on the shelf. Now, that's not automatically bad. If you want quick fuel before a workout, a riper banana is actually perfect. But if you're someone watching your blood sugar, managing your weight, or trying to stay full through the morning, you may be reaching for the worst version every time, simply because it tastes better. This is where so many people go wrong. They think a banana is a banana. It is not. The difference between a green-tipped banana and a brown one is the difference between slow, steady energy and a quick sugar hit. The fix? Match the banana to your goal. Trying to stay full and steady or managing blood sugar? Choose them firmer, with a hint of green at the tips. Need fast energy before exercise? The riper one earns its place. So already, before we even get to the serious end of this list, you've learned two things almost nobody is told. Don't eat it alone on an empty stomach. And pay attention to ripeness like it matters, because it does. But these two are gentle compared to what's coming. Number 3 is the one hiding in your smoothie, and it might be the most popular mistake of all. You're going to want to see this one. Number 3. This one is in millions of kitchens every single morning, and it's marketed to you as the healthiest thing you could possibly do. The banana and milk smoothie. Blend a banana with milk, maybe a drizzle of honey, maybe some added fruit, and you've made what looks like the perfect health drink. The internet is flooded with them. And here's the trap. It tastes like a treat because nutritionally it often behaves like one. Think about what you've actually built. A ripe banana, already converting to fast sugar. Milk, which carries its own natural sugars. Honey on top, which is essentially liquid sugar. Blend it all, and you've stripped away most of the chewing and slowed digestion that whole fruit normally gives you. You've made the sugars even faster to absorb. The result is a sugar load far bigger than people realize, often hitting first thing in the morning, sometimes with nothing to slow it down. Glycemic load matters, and blending fruit reliably raises how fast that sugar enters your blood compared to eating it whole. That's not opinion. That's how blended versus intact fruit behaves in the body. And here's the part that should make you uneasy. People drink these instead of breakfast, believing they're doing something disciplined and clean. They wonder why they're tired, why the weight won't move, why the cravings hit hard by mid-morning. The drink they trusted is part of the answer. The fix is not to fear the smoothie. It's to rebuild it. Use a firmer banana. Cut or drop the added honey entirely. Add protein, a scoop of unsweetened protein, some Greek yogurt, a spoon of nut butter, and add fiber like oats or seeds. Suddenly, that same drink slows down, fills you up, and stops spiking you. Same ingredients almost. Completely different outcome. Now feel the intensity rise, because number 2 is the one that catches nearly everyone, and it has nothing to do with the banana itself. Number 2, timing. When you eat your banana may matter as much as how. Picture the classic late-night version. Dinner's done. You're winding down on the couch. You want something healthy, so you grab a banana before bed instead of chips. You feel virtuous about it. But here's what's happening. Late at night, your body is winding down. You're about to lie still for 8 hours. Your need for quick fuel is at its lowest. And right at that moment, you hand it a dose of fast sugar with nowhere to go. Unused energy doesn't simply vanish. Over time, repeatedly loading sugar into a body that's about to sleep is exactly the pattern that quietly works against weight and stable blood sugar. It's not one banana. It's the same banana every night for years. There's an emotional weight to this one, and I see it constantly. People doing everything they think is right. Choosing fruit over junk. Feeling proud of the choice. And still feeling stuck, frustrated, betrayed by their own bodies. They're not failing. They were never told that timing flips the script. The fix is almost insultingly simple. Move it. Eat your banana in the earlier part of the day when your body is active and can actually burn that energy. Around movement is ideal, before or after a walk or a workout. The same fruit that worked against you at midnight works for you at noon. So that's 3 and 2, the hidden smoothie. The wrong timing. The intensity is climbing. But everything so far has been about energy, weight, and blood sugar. Number 1 is different. Number 1 is the one specialists genuinely worry about, because for certain people, this isn't about staying lean. It's about something far more serious. Take a breath. Number 1 is next. Number 1. This is the one specialists wish everyone understood. And unlike everything before it, this isn't about your waistline or your energy. This is about your heart. Here's the warning. The same thing that makes bananas famous as a superfood is the exact thing that makes them dangerous for a specific group of people. Potassium. You've heard it your whole life. Bananas are loaded with potassium, and potassium is good for you. And for most people, with healthy working kidneys, that's completely true. Your body needs it, and your kidneys quietly filter out any excess, keeping everything in perfect balance. But that filtering system is the whole catch. Your kidneys are the gatekeepers for potassium. When they're healthy, they keep blood levels in a tight, safe range no matter how many bananas you eat. When they're not, when kidney function is impaired, that gate stops working properly. And potassium begins to build up in the blood with nowhere to go. That condition has a name: hyperkalemia. Too much potassium in the blood. And it is not minor. Potassium controls the electrical signals that make your heart beat. In the right amount, it keeps the rhythm steady. In excess, it can disrupt that rhythm. Muscle weakness, a strange, irregular heartbeat. And in severe cases, it can interfere with the heart so badly that it becomes a genuine emergency. This is the part that should make you sit up. So who is actually at risk? This is the most important sentence in this entire video. People with chronic kidney disease, people on dialysis, and people taking certain common heart and blood pressure medications, the kind that deliberately hold potassium in the body, like some ACE inhibitors, ARBs, and potassium-sparing diuretics. For those people, casually eating bananas every day because they're healthy can quietly push potassium toward dangerous territory. And here's the cruel twist. The very people most likely to be told to eat healthy and reach for fruit are sometimes the exact people who need to be most careful with this one. Let me tell you about a woman I'll call Margaret, 60s, recently diagnosed with reduced kidney function, also on blood pressure medication. Doing everything she thought was right, fruit every day, a banana or two without a second thought, because that's what healthy people do. Nobody had connected the dots for her. It was a routine blood test that finally caught her rising potassium before it became something worse. Her doctor's first questions were about her diet, and right at the top of the list was the fruit she trusted most. That's the fear here, and it's a real one. Not because bananas are evil, but because the people most vulnerable are often the least warned. So here's the behavior change, and it's clear. If you have kidney disease, if you're on dialysis, or if you take medications for your heart or blood pressure, do not guess. Do not assume fruit is always fine. Talk to your doctor or a dietitian about how much potassium is safe for you. That single conversation could matter more than any other tip in this video. And if your kidneys are healthy, breathe out. This isn't your warning. Your body is built to handle the potassium in a banana beautifully. The fruit stays exactly what it should be for you, genuinely good. That's the whole point of number 1. It's not stop eating bananas. It's know which person you are. Because for one group, this is just nutrition. For another, it's a conversation worth having today. So where does that leave you? Let's pull all 5 together and turn this into something you can actually use. Last phase is next, so let's bring it all home. Because here's what I never want you to walk away thinking, that the banana is the enemy. It isn't. It never was. A banana is still one of the simplest, most affordable, genuinely good things you can eat. The problem was never the fruit. The problem was that nobody handed you the instructions. Now you have them. Let's lock in all 5. Number 5, don't eat it alone on an empty stomach. Pair it with protein or healthy fat, some nuts, yogurt, a spoon of peanut butter, and you turn a sugar spike into steady, lasting energy. Number 4, respect the ripeness. Firmer, greener bananas give you slow energy and keep you full. Riper, browner ones hit fast, perfect before a workout. Not so perfect when you're trying to stay steady. Match the banana to your goal. Number 3, rebuild the smoothie. Drop the added honey, use a firmer banana, and add protein and fiber so your health drink stops behaving like dessert and starts working for you. Number 2, mind the timing. Eat it earlier in the day, ideally around movement, when your body can actually use that energy, instead of loading sugar right before bed. And number 1, the big one, know which person you are. If your kidneys are healthy, enjoy your banana with zero fear. But if you have kidney disease, you're on dialysis, or you take certain heart or blood pressure medications, have one simple conversation with your doctor about potassium. That single step could protect the one muscle you can't afford to lose rhythm with, your heart. Look at what just happened. In a few minutes, you went from eating bananas on autopilot to understanding them better than almost everyone around you. That's real power, not fear knowledge. The kind that turns an everyday habit into something that actually works in your favor. And that's the feeling I want you to hold on to. You are not fragile. Your body is not a trap waiting to spring on you. It's a system that responds beautifully when you give it the right inputs at the right time. Small changes, big difference. You don't need to overhaul your life. You need a handful of tweaks you can start with your very next banana. So here's what I want you to do right now. First, go check your kitchen. Look at the bananas on your counter. Are they too ripe for your goal? Are you eating them at the wrong time? You can fix that today, not next week. Today. Second, if any part of number 1 described you or someone you love, send this to them. Don't keep it to yourself. That 5-second share could be the nudge that sends someone to the conversation that protects their heart. This is exactly the kind of thing that gets missed until it's a problem. And third, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment and tell me, how do you eat your bananas? Empty stomach in the morning? Blended in a smoothie? Late night snack? Be honest. And if even one thing in this video surprised you, type the number, just the number, that hit you hardest. I read these, and I want to know which one woke you up. If this changed the way you'll look at your kitchen counter, you already know there's more where this came from. The everyday foods you trust most are often the ones hiding the biggest surprises. Stick around, because the next one might be sitting in your fridge right now. Take care of yourself, starting with your next bite.